Guys, welcome back. It's Janie, and I'm here to do a review for you. The review I am doing is Harlan Coben's 6 Years. I first discovered this last year, actually on Goodreads, on the sidebar advertisements for books, and I read the synopsis, and it was very intriguing, and I said, one of these days I need to get that book and read it. Well, probably 6 months later, I finally get the book. My son got it for me. And I read the synopsis again, and interesting thing is I discovered, now that I've read the book, that there is a typo on the back of the book. Now, I didn't notice this if it was like that in the synopsis on Goodreads or not, so I'll have to go back and check that. But you'll see right here, if you can see that, it says Jake Sanders, where in fact his name is Jake Fisher. So that was, because I was looking at this, I'm like, wait, his name wasn't Jake Sanders. So yeah, his actual name in the book is Jake Fisher. I think it was Sanderson was one of the other characters' last name. So yeah, typo on the book. But anyway, I'm going to read you the synopsis first, and then I'll break it down for you. 6 years have passed since Jake Fisher watched Natalie, the love of his life, marry another man. 6 years of keeping his promise to leave Natalie alone, and 6 years of tortured dreams of her life with her new husband, Todd. So when Jake comes across Todd's obituary, he can't keep himself away from the funeral. There he gets the glimpse of Todd, Todd's wife he's hoping for. But she is not Natalie. Soon Jake's search for the woman who broke his heart puts his very life at risk as he uncovers the secrets and the lies that love can hide. So that's what first grabbed me. I'm going to break this down for you a little bit. So Jake and Natalie have a summer fling, although it's more than a fling to pretty much to Jake. That is made apparent. But Natalie ends up kicking him to the curb. And apparently this all happened rather quickly. She tells him she's marrying Todd, and he gets invited to the wedding. Against his better judgment, he goes to the wedding. Afterwards, he actually goes outside the church before they say their I do's, because he really didn't think he could stomach that. He's waiting outside. Natalie comes to him and says, "Promise me you will leave us alone." And Jake makes that promise because he loves her that much. He wants her to be happy. So he leaves her alone for 6 years. And that is when he sees the obituary for Todd, her husband. And this just opens a whole new can of worms. You know, oh, I can go now and I can go see Natalie because I'm going to go to the funeral. He tells everybody he wants to go because he wants to pay his respects, but he really wants to go and see Natalie. But he finds something totally different. The widow is not his Natalie. And this just opens a big mystery, and Jake is going to get to the bottom of it. And it said, you know, it puts his life at risk, and it really does. He goes through a lot of stuff trying to figure out what is going on. One of the things I really liked about this book was the fact that there was so much mystery. There's mystery surrounding her, mystery surrounding Todd, and whatever other characters come into view in this book. And I really love that. If you love mystery, you really love great mystery. And this one had several separate mysteries that you're following as Jake uncovers them. And I really, really, really like that. I also really like Jake's character. You could feel his passion that he felt for Natalie. He had a lot of drive. He was persistent, but he was an all-around great guy. He's a college professor, and the students all love him, and he's just really, you know, someone that you would want to have in your corner. On the other hand, Natalie's character, I really didn't, I didn't connect to. I think she lacked depth, you know, but then again, that could have been, you know, the author's intention, because she wasn't physically in the story for very long. She turned into just a name. One thing about the book that when I first started reading it, because it's so fluid and so easy to read, I was reading it rather quickly. And quickly the book was taking a direction that I didn't want it to go, because I knew I was going to be disappointed and it was going to be predictable. And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, yes! And then it just kind of, in a whole new direction, and I was like, after I finished reading the book, I was like, you know what? Our author probably set that up like that so the readers would be anticipating what the story was and what was going to happen, and he just went in a whole new direction. There's really no other explanation for that other than that. I'm sure I'm not the only one that was thinking what I was thinking. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, because if you've not read the book and you plan to, I want you to experience that for yourself. So anyway, now his character I thought was a little dry, lacked some depth, and it kind of made the book the 4 out of 5 stars. It could have easily been a 5-star read, but there's just something about Natalie that just didn't, I didn't connect with her. I didn't feel like I knew her. But then again, like I said, it could have been the author's intention. But other than that, the book was great. And if you love mystery, then you should really, 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 really read Harlan Coben. And this book in particular. If you've read Harlan Coben, then you should read this book if you've not read it already. It's very action-packed, very fast-paced. I could have easily read this in like 6 hours, but things happen, and I don't have the time to sit 6 hours straight and read a book. But yeah, it was really, really fluid and really easy to read. So that is my review on 6 Years by Harlan Coben. If you haven't read it, pick it up. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.